Welcome to the Funeral Funds Life Insurance Podcast. I'm your host, Randy Vandervate from Funeral Funds of America, and you can find us at funeralfunds.com. That's funeral, FUNDS.com. Whether you're interested in term life, whole life, mortgage protection, annuities, disability, business continuation, or final expense life insurance, we have you covered. Our team of experienced professionals will guide you through the complexities of insurance products to help you make an informed decision. In this podcast, I'm going to be discussing teaser rates, 2-year waiting periods, and other life insurance company tricks. Oh, this is going to be a fun one. I can assure you of that, because there's a lot of advertising out there. And the number one thing you want to remember about advertising is it's marketing. Okay. They're meant to market a product to an audience. And in many cases, the most bold and most kind of, I don't know, crazy ads out there are marketing products that people probably don't necessarily want, um, if they knew any better. So some of the most heavily marketed products are plans that if you knew anything about insurance, you really wouldn't want that plan in the first place. And I mentioned that, and everything we talk about today is going to be kind of filtered through this lens. And that's that you want first aid coverage or benefits. You don't want a policy that's going to make you wait any period of time. You want something that if you were to sign up and they took your money from the very first day, it would pay out from the very first day. So, one of the biggest marketing tricks out there is there's a company out there that advertises, they advertise especially to elderly people, final expense insurance, life insurance. Money that can be used, or insurance that can be used. That money can be used for burial, cremation, kind of anything you want. But you'll see them all over and they go, it's only $9.95 a month. Oh, we're not going to have that conversation about life insurance, Mary, are we? Oh, yes. Bob down the road, he was perfectly healthy and he just fell down and, he fell in the yard mowing the lawn, and now he's gone. And now his wife, Betty Jane, doesn't have any money. Right. So they tug at your heartstrings. It's marketing. And they say $9.95. You can get insured for only $9.95. And it's $9.95 per unit. So the units change based off age and gender and everything else. The older you get, the more expensive it gets. And in many cases, for $9.95, you might only be able to get hundreds of dollars worth of coverage, not 20, 30, 40, $50,000 worth of coverage that people are actually envisioning. And, if the commercial weren't playing so fast, they'd be able to see the fine print, right? But, on these bigger TVs, they somehow imagine to make that fine print blurry. Not sure. But the biggest, aside from the fact that, buying it per unit is, oh, it's so overly expensive. We did, if you go to our YouTube channel, we have like over 300 videos. We compared every age from age 50 up to age 80 for 5,000, 10,000, 15, 20, 25,000 for both male and female. Man, it was quite an endeavor to do that, but we did that just so that you could understand based on your age. Go to our YouTube channel, Funeral Funds at YouTube. And what we found pretty much across the board is that this 995 company, 995 life insurance, you can Google it, you can figure it out. And their plans with 2-year waiting periods were on average about 200% more expensive than the first day coverage plans that we offer, the lowest price. So we've got some companies that offer the lowest pricing out there, and these 995 plans were 200% higher. And it's crazy because if you think of, if your premium was simply $50 more a month, that'd be an extra $600 a year you're overpaying. After 10 years, you'd overpay $6,000. And that was not uncommon across all those videos to see some really huge numbers there. So just remember, it's marketing, but you have to be an educated consumer on your own end, not to get sucked into marketing. You know, uh, There's this saying out there that says, the reason advertising works is because people don't think advertising works on them. But I tell you what, you get hammered enough with those commercials and you see it enough and you start to believe it. And especially our wonderful older folks and our wonderful retirees, every dollar counts, and they're just hoping and praying that after them delaying planning for their final arrangements and delaying making sure there's money available for their loved ones when they do pass away, and they've waited 60, 70, 80 years, they're just hoping there's some company out there that's going to be the miracle company that doesn't understand that they've put this off so long, and that they are, within decades of not being around anymore, of dying. And so there's a lot of companies out there that will prey on that emotion and just pray that, not pray, Pray, that's Prey, pray like wolves prey upon sheep. So just be aware. Um, some of the yeah, fine companies, I guess, they operate legitimately. You just got to read the fine print, and you just have to understand that is it really a fine company if they're selling a product that's 200% more expensive and they're not entirely clear about it. So enough on that one. Just be an educated consumer. You've probably seen those commercials on TV or junk mail showing up in your mailbox, anything like that. There's also some companies out there that say, hey, we can get you term life insurance for $1 for the first month. Again, another life insurance company trick. The company or companies that offer those type of plans, you just need to be aware that those prices on those policies go up every 5 years. Your premiums go up every 5 years. It's called a 5-year age banded term life insurance policy. Every 5 years, it's going to go up in price, typically on a birthday where your birthday ends with a 1 or a 6. So like age 61 and age 66, the price is going to go up. And what's worse yet is these plans are often going to cancel once you get beyond age 80. These plans are very profitable to the insurance companies because very few of them pay out, because these specific plans are sold, again, mostly to older folks, seniors and stuff like that, because they're sold in much smaller coverage amounts, 10,000, 15, 20, 25,000, maybe up to 50,000, depending on the insurance company. And, it's again, insurance companies just taking advantage of people that have waited too long on this and trying to get them rope a dope, rope a dope into a policy by saying $1 that first month. But again, these products are very profitable to those specific insurance companies because most seniors are on a fixed income, and once those prices start going up, the seniors cannot afford it anymore. They might be able to afford the first price increase, but often not the second price increase because they're going up astronomically. Second, these plans cancel once you get beyond age 80. So what ends up happening is people either cancel the policy because it got too expensive, or they outlive the policy. And either way, the insurance company then gets to keep all that money in premiums as profit. They never had to pay out the policy. So just be aware of that. There's other companies out there too that don't offer the dollar for the first month. And again, you can Google that out there. They're not too hard to find. But there's other companies that sell that same brand of coverage, or that same type of coverage, I should say, where it's going to go up in price every 5 years and it's going to cancel after age 80. Now, those companies are like AARP, New York Life, True Stage. True Stage is sold through a lot of credit unions. So we're not saying those companies are tricking people, because they do just have standard rates. And I can't say that I've ever seen those companies do the dollar for the first month thing or anything like that. But just understand it falls under the same kind of category that you buy a policy thinking it's a super okay price right off the bat, and you just don't realize how quickly those premiums are going to escalate every 5 years, and that your policy is going to cancel sometimes after your age 80. And therefore, you've got a product that is very likely to never pay out and very likely to create an awful lot of profit for the insurance company. Now, these businesses need, these insurance companies need to stay in business, but you need to be an educated consumer, right? Just understand what these policies are about. You don't have to research it, though. I can tell you, if you want, just reach out to us at Funeral Funds of America. We know all the insurance companies out there. We know kind of all the marketing tricks and everything else, and we will guide you in the right direction. If you've already got an insurance agent, talk with them. But chances are they don't work with as many companies as we do. They're not licensed in all 50 states, and they're not dealing with this broad array of clientele just being bombarded every single direction with this marketing like we are. We just kind of specialize in that. Now, we've kind of talked more seniors and smaller coverage amounts, but let's get into some real big numbers. And so you'll hear companies out there that advertise like policies for $1 million, and most of them are $1 million. Now, keep in mind, life insurance you can get anywhere from maybe $2,500 up to 25 million if you really wanted. It would just depend on income and some other underwriting requirements. But quite often you'll hear, especially on the radio, they say, "Hey, you can get $1 million worth of life insurance for $20 a month or $30 a month." And then they'll get some people going, "Oh my God, I never thought it'd be this affordable. And if something happened to you, John, and you were to die, what would me and the kids do?" Right? Again, marketing, trying to prey upon your feelings and insecurities. And then they start talking really fast and only available, blah, 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 right? Talking really quick. And what they're saying is, hey, this is for a 25-year-old male or a 30-year-old female at preferred plus and perfect health. And they've just, they're able to run marathons, and, they've never had to go to the pharmacy to get a prescription, all this other stuff. That it's intended for the healthiest of the healthiest of the healthiest people. And when you call them up, you get smacked upside the head with this amazing premium. Say, "Well, man, for $20 a month, I'll get $1 million," says the 65-year-old male who's got diabetes and high blood pressure, and he's 125 pounds overweight. So just understand, it's marketing. Is it true? Is it true that you could get that rate? Yes, it is. But you'd have to go back in time. For most people, you'd have to conveniently be 25 to 30 years old. So it's just a marketing. It's in the insurance company's defense, they can't provide every rate in a 15, 30, 60-second commercial. They can't provide every rate. So they're going to provide a rate that sounds very enticing, and all they're trying to do is get you on the phone. And then once you find out that you're not going to qualify for that, their job is to upsell you, to show you the value of the life insurance, and show you, try to explain and get you understand why you're better off giving money to the insurance company rather than keeping it yourself. So, what we do here at Funeral Funds of America is we shop all the different companies out there. We are amazing underwriters, pre-underwriters, I should say, because the underwriters at the insurance companies are the one that are actually going to determine your rates once you've got your request for coverage and application and everything into the insurance company. But the pre-underwriting is where you save a lot of money, because you need an experienced agent that understands what companies accept what companies are more forgiving of certain health issues, what companies are better in certain states that you live in, what companies offer better premiums and lower premiums for kind of specialty coverage amounts. So some insurance companies are going to be much more competitive under 500,000. Some will be much more competitive if it's more than $1 million or more than $5 million. So, man, if you're just trying to pick somebody out of the blue or pick somebody off a radio advertisement, remember, if these people are advertising, that costs a lot of money, especially if they're on TV. You know, those 2-year waiting period, 9.95 plans, I think they're on TV probably roughly every 7 to 12 minutes. That costs a lot of money. That money has got to be recouped somewhere, and that's in higher premiums. And that's why I believe, the prices are up to 200% more expensive than a first day coverage company that's an amazing quality company that doesn't spend bazillions advertising on TV every week or year or month, whatever it is. So I hope that gives you an understanding of kind of teaser rates and 2-year waiting periods and other life insurance kind of marketing tricks, shall we say. My name is Randy Vandervate, and I hope this podcast has been helpful to you. Funeral Funds of America can help you qualify for first day coverage or benefits at funeralfunds.com. That's funeral, FUNDS.com. And our phone number is 888-862-9456. We will be blessed to help you with this in the future. Until that day comes, stay safe, take care, and have a nice day. Bye-bye.